We're chatting today with Dylan Holton, Pictou County boy. You may have heard his song "Weight of the World," which has reached #1 on the East Coast Countdown, featured here Sunday nights on Big Dog. He's been living in California for the last while, but home in Pictou County right now on the phone with us. Dylan, how's it going today, man?
Hey, it's going good, man. Just enjoying the weather here. I know everybody had a rough winter, so
Yeah.
I picked a time to come home when I could sit out and enjoy the sun.
I'm sure the California sunshine would be pretty nice compared to this, too.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. And to be honest with you, man, I think it's nice here because we got a nice slight breeze that comes through.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Now, it looks like the last couple of years have been pretty exciting for you. When did your journey into music first start?
You know, man, growing up, I always played guitar and I sang and I played drums and piano. And, you know, I was really heavily involved in music, but it was actually sports that I was full-time doing. And I got a baseball scholarship down to North Carolina. And when I finished school and finished baseball, that's when I needed an outlet, like something to turn to. And I obviously turned to music, playing guitar down there. And it took off quick, man. I was probably about 19, 20, and I just started playing down in North Carolina after school finished, and I just kept getting busier and busier and just kept falling more in love with it.
Wow, that's an interesting way for it all to happen. Now, were you actually performing a lot when you were growing up?
I was, you know, locally around here in Pictou County, I was doing folk festival singing, and I did take voice lessons a little bit here, and I took drum lessons and piano lessons, and a little bit guitar, but not really. I think I took one guitar lesson. but yeah, man, it just all kind of came together. Music never left me. I always dabbed with it. I always had an instrument just to grab no matter where I was, and you know, it's helped out along the way long term.
For sure. And here you are. You're touring the world. You got a song that's reached #1 on the East Coast Countdown. That must have been a pretty exciting feeling for you.
It definitely was, man. And to be honest, I'm rarely home. So the fact that it made the top 10, you know, it was when I first came home. So It was like kind of exciting just to come back to the East Coast, come back to the Maritimes, have that song reach the top 10. And while I've been home with family and friends, it's been steadily climbing. Yeah, fortunately, man, I'm blessed. It came #1 the other day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you signed a record deal last summer with producer Bill Bell, who's based out of Los Angeles, which is something that every up-and-coming musician wants, is to get signed. Now, tell us how that all happened.
Well, it's interesting, man. The industry's changed so much over the years, and for me, I did end up getting a cruise ship tour opportunity where I headlined shows all around the world through the Caribbean, Hawaii, Alaska, and you know, just with, I think, through experience and just continuously working hard at it and just having more of a drive and passion, it eventually landed a spot where I connected with Bill Bell. And he's actually originally a Toronto native, so it was actually cool to mix this album in L.A., but with a Canadian, good friends with Tom Cochrane, done a lot of work with him, and Jason Mraz is one of his biggest guys.
Oh, wow. No, that's great. You certainly got a good guy in your corner to help you out then.
Yeah, man, and when you surround yourself with that kind of talent, you just never know what's going to happen. The creative process has been pretty overwhelming and exciting, and, you know, we released the first 2 songs, and we're getting excited to show more of the whole album. And I actually got home last summer is when I started the album here in Pictou County. And there's a song on there featured with Pictou County's Dave Gunning.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so he produced a little bit. We hung out quite a bit in studio, and he's actually featured on one of the tracks. That'll be up and coming later this year.
Oh, that's exciting. Dave Gunning, of course, a great singer-songwriter, too, so that's a good guy to have working with you.
Yeah, man, he's such a humble guy and just so talented. And to work with him in studio, man, it was something else. He really brought these songs, you know, to life and hit home for me on the ones we produced, because the ones I wanted him to tackle with me were the ones that really mean something back home to me. So it's kind of cool to have Dave featured in on that.
And the Pictou County roots in there, too. You can't go wrong.
Oh, I know, man. That's the thing. I wish I could get back here more often. So to have somebody with the roots of Pictou County and just the caliber of songwriting Dave does, and just to actually record those songs, too, with Dave in his studio in Pictou County, you know, it couldn't have got more home roots than that.
That's awesome. We're chatting with Dylan Holton about a lot of the new stuff. Great things are going on with him right now. Now, you're Welcome to the Real World album. That was your first album, released back in 2013?
2013, January 2013, and it was the album that really got me started because I was living in North Carolina, baseball ended, finished school, and I moved to a beach town called Wilmington, North Carolina. And yeah, that band, we were basically called the Sound Down Shore for a little bit, and then we changed over to just my name, Dylan Holton. And we got busy, and this is a whole album that was basically the music we were playing up and down the coast for about 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was all produced in North Carolina, but it's this new album that we're definitely pushing and excited about, but a lot of fun doing that other one too.
And so the upcoming album, Jar of Sunshine, this is your first professional album coming soon. Now, what sort of approach do you take with this album being the first with that label that will be different from your first?
Well, you know, I wrote majority of the songs, almost all the songs on this last album, and you know, it was a creative process with the full band in itself and the producer we used in North Carolina. But I did write out of what I was influenced by at the time, which was beach, you know, hot weather, a lot of college parties we were playing, a lot of beach bars in a big college town. So it was very like just poppy and bouncy and just stuff to make people dance. But this new album, as I've grown touring around the world, it's been something new that, you know, everything I've written has become more personal. So this whole album now is something just more personal, and everything I've written, I'm excited to get it out. It's been a little bit of a different approach and something that's more meaningful to me.
Do you feel like you've grown a lot as a musician over the last year?
I have, man. I have. And it's funny because on the cruise ships, I was featured on the main stage doing big shows in front of 2,000 people a week. And the first time it happened, it was a little overwhelming, but I was so excited to get my music out, and then it just becomes routine, you know? Like,
yeah.
You just get excited to see these new 2,000 people every week, and nothing, you know, you build off that, and it becomes such a routine. And the biggest thing is just getting my music out there, letting people hear it. Like, it's such a rewarding experience.
Developing a fan base is a big thing, man, so.
Yeah, it is. And I've toured a lot on land and done a lot of things, and the cruise ship opportunity has been the best of both worlds. I mean, you get to meet people from all over the world.
And you get to hang out on a cruise ship.
You get to travel, you're cruising, you see the world, and on top of that, you're playing music, and you're still, you know, working on, really, your career, you know?
Sounds like a tough life, man, I gotta say.
Well, hey, you're anybody welcome to come cruise. Just shoot me an email.
Sounds good, man. Now, when can we expect the Jar of Sunshine album to be released?
I signed with a management team out in Beverly Hills in the fall of last year in L.A. in California. And we have a big business plan that we're working on. It basically, you know, we released the first 2 singles off the album. They're both on YouTube. You just type in my name, Dylan Holton, and it'll pop up. And, you know, we have our plan right now. So we're aiming for the fall. We're hoping when I get back out to L.A. at the end of this month that we're going to start working on possibly a new single that'll be released.
Okay.
And with a music video. And then after that, we're going to probably drop the whole album. But it's just so interesting. The industry's changed so much. Like, there's not a lot of people who throw the albums out there anymore, you know?
No, they don't.
Yeah, so it's just kind of a different approach, and we're tentatively planning on it for later this fall.
Awesome, man. That's exciting. Now, if anybody wants to listen to your music and look you up, they can head on over to DylanHolton.com.
DylanHolton.com, and if you type my name in Facebook, all that good stuff, it'll definitely pop up everywhere. And it is the Facebook fan page where everything's up to date 24/7. So
excellent. Lots of ways to track you down anyway.
Exactly. You can't hide nowadays.
No, absolutely not. Well, Dylan, thanks a lot for chatting with me, man, and good luck.
Mitch, thank you so much. I'm a big fan of Big Dog, and I'm thankful for you guys to back me up and support me, and you guys are doing a great thing over there at 100.9.
Thanks, man. We're glad to help out, and all the best to you.
Thanks a ton, Mitch. I appreciate it.